7 a.m. on Saturday, March 29, 2025. And it rained a little bit this morning, but not much. Supposed to have some more rain today though, and tomorrow too. I can hear the frogs down in the pond. And look at the pear tree. It's blooming good now. There aren't even any leaves on it yet, hardly. Anyway, I have no work today because of the rain. Besides, I need a rest anyway. I'm already thinking of other things I could do. We'll see. Hopefully they won't cost much money. That's the only problem. Okay. At least the grass is green. That's good. Okay. Won't be much of a. The sun came up about 15 minutes ago, but I won't see it because of the clouds. Okay. And it's really starting out warm at 60 degrees, so that's good. Probably won't warm up much today because of the rain, but we'll see. All right. I'll see what the day holds today. At least I got that work done on those two posts, and the gutter's working pretty good. I raised that up, put new stuff underneath it, new wood underneath the rotten post there, those two. But when I did this first post, I put too much rock in it. So I had to lift it back up, dig some rock out, a whole bucket of rock. And then I was able to lower it back down again to the correct position, so it worked out okay. And now it's pretty much flowing down where it's supposed to. Glad I got that done. And yesterday I got some more rock to put in the holes. Instead of putting the dirt back in, I just filled the holes up with rock. Alright. Yeah, look at the clouds. Frogs are really going at it today. Yeah, they're noisy. Noisy today. Let me go over here. Next to my fence that I just moved here a while back. Oh, now I can't see. Now I can't see my ditch. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the ditch, he started digging it right there. Well, you can see where he started digging it. There. Then what was it, yesterday, the day before yesterday, he put that culvert in the first thing in the morning before he replaced the culvert on the pond overflow by the barn. But he dug this ditch out before that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I got that done. Frogs really making noise today. Yeah, cattle are relaxing up on top on the high ground. At least they got grass. Like I said, I'm going to let them clean that hay up real good before I give them another bale. They got grass to eat now, so that's good. There's my garden. I haven't done nothing in it yet, but I need to. There's nothing growing in it yet, except the asparagus, which I got to clean that up. So But everything else, I think I'm going to spray it one of these days. Yeah. 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 I don't really feel like doing anything in the garden this year, but I gotta at least keep the weeds down. I'll probably plant something though, just for fun. Cardinal up there. Hi, Cardinal. Sing. Red buds are really popping. Look at them. They really got some nice blossoms on them. Yeah. This tree here is probably the oldest one I got. It was the first thing I planted, I think, a red bud. Yeah. It was probably somewhere in the mid-80s. Yeah. Built the house in 83, so it was right after that. Probably 84, 85. Yeah. Yeah. It's been there a long time. Okay. Let's go back in. Not cold today, but it's getting set to rain again. So I better go. Yeah, I'm glad I was able to finish this stuff. Finish these 2 posts. Yeah, I can feel it raining again. I feel a few drops. I'll go probably just watching the radar today. Oh, I just noticed something. I'm gonna go check it out. Yeah, no rain. I also brought some rock over there since I was bringing rock for these posts. I was getting a little muddy there, so I made a rock path for my ATV. Yeah, yeah. Here's some of them purple flowers on the ground. Buds running around. Cat. And look at my red buds. Oh, they're looking good. Oh, they're looking so nice. I like the red buds in the spring. Yeah. Okay, let's go back in the house. It's starting to rain now. Well, there's the 2 pear trees that I pruned this past winter. They're blooming good. I cut them about halfway off. Yeah, they were getting way too tall. And I think next year I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to reach up there. Those should be easier to cut. They're a little smaller than the pear tree. This pear tree limbs are real big. The only problem is getting close enough with it with the truck. I could probably back up to it this way. Yeah, turn the fence off. Yeah, I might be able to get up there. Yeah, I'll do that next winter. Yeah, maybe I'll get better apples. I get little bitty apples, and they taste good, but they're just so, you can see all the dried up ones, they're still on the tree last year. Yeah, they just dried up on the tree. The ones that were falling down, the deer were coming up and eating them. So, but I said next winter, I should have done it this winter, but it's too late now to prune anything. I'll wait until winter. But I'll cut it off. Probably at the where the trees are. See the tree line in the background. Yeah. About halfway again, like I did the pear trees. Yeah. Make it easier to pick too. All right. That's all for now. I'll see what else I can get done today. Probably nothing. I might just look around. If it don't rain too much, I'll drive out to the big factory. I want to check the drainage on that new culvert and earthwork that they did out there. If it rains enough, I want to maybe go down there with the ATV and and watch the water flow through the ditch. See if there's any high spots. Yeah. Yeah. Might test out my new culvert too. All right. I won't do any work, but I can have some fun on the ATV. Here's a nice view of the ditch that was dug. I especially want to check the end there where it goes into the stream beyond my fence, because he had that dug out too. I had to take the fence down temporarily and let him do some digging back there, and then I'll put it back up when he got done. Yeah, I'm glad I got that done. I should keep this other area drier. This area here is real. I walked through it yesterday, or whatever day it was. I walked through there for some reason. Oh, the day he was digging back there, I was walking back and forth to turn the fence. Walking up to the barn, turn the fence off. Yeah. And that was so soggy. Cows made a mess walking through it. Okay. Here's a nice view of those purple flowers. Especially on that hill there. Looks nice. It's just a weed, but it's a nice looking weed. It don't last long. Yeah, it blooms and goes to seed probably real quick, because it won't be long before they're going to come in here and either spray it or till that soil. Yeah, either spray it for herbicides and plant no-till, or they'll come in and work the ground down and then kill it that way. So it has to reproduce fast before it's too late. It's adapted to the farming conditions. There's some more purple flowers out there too. And plenty of clouds. But there's no wind though. No wind today yet. Yeah. The forecast just rained today, but tomorrow they got forecast for strong thunderstorms, so I'll have to be watching out for them too. Yeah. It's still a nice day, even if it rains. It's still a nice day. Hey guys. Hey buddy, what are you doing? Where's your little sister? Huh? I couldn't call her your little sister because you're born at the same time. Last year. I hope you don't disappear like your big brother did last year. He had a brother who was a nice cat. Looked just like him. Except I think he had white feet. I can't remember. And he got about a year old. And he just disappeared. Male cats do that. Just have to get used to it. Enjoy them while they're here. Yesterday I put that fence back up from about that area there to the barn, because I had it taken down so they could put in that new culvert there. And I got it covered up with an old piece of metal. I think it's from my old Ford Baylor cover. Chain cover, I think. And that's so the cattle don't step on it. It's this plastic. And it'll still let the water flow out. Yeah. I can hear the electric fence clicking. It's strong, so that means it's working good. Yeah. It's not solar powered, it's an electric one. It's just plugged in. Here comes Bud. Yeah, where's that other cat? I guess he's Bud's roaming around by himself now. Usually they're together. Anyway, here's what's left from their work here. He had to dig some of that dirt off that bank there, which is okay because it was so steep. Yeah. They had to dig that off to replace any dirt that was eroded there after digging that new one in. He dug the old one out, laid it here. The other one was concrete, and they were small sections, maybe 4 foot or something like that each. They were really small too. Yeah. And then, except one on the end was big. I don't know why I did that. They were and the sections came apart, and then the water got out and eroded the ground. That's how I lost that overflow culvert. I also put a fence across there to block them from going on the dam, and then I think I'm going to also put a fence along this edge here, like I did in the pond out the big pasture, because even if they get in here, I don't want them going up on the pond dam. So I'm going to block it, and I'll go down and then over. When I get past the pond dam, then I'll go over. Where those cedar trees are, I'll go that way. Yeah, I'll just let that grow up in weeds or something. I'll still need the fence there on the outside to power the fence all the way up to the gate. So, and I'll keep the weeds down. I might even be able to mow it. I just have to drive in and back out. Yeah, we'll see. Main thing, I got to keep them off this pond dam. I don't want them eroding it. They already did enough damage there. Yeah. Now let's see what's. And they took all these old culverts that was piled here after he dug them out, and they threw them on the back side where the water comes out. That's to prevent the erosion when the water comes out of the pipe. At least they'll have the old culverts there to rest on. You can see how small. The last one was big. The one that was out here, I almost cemented it to the other ones, but you can see how small they are compared to this culvert. Yeah, they're only about, I'd say, less than 6 inches, I'd say. It's pretty small. I'm surprised it worked. But the sections came apart, and that's why the water leaked out. That's why it eroded. Looks like Bully just got up. Yeah. I don't think they can eat this. This is too old, but at least they can lay on it. I got a pile of old manure there that I need to dig out and get all the hay out of the way, and then that's all composted, so I can put that in the garden this year. Should have done it last year, but I didn't get around to it. I'm running low on battery again. There's the cattle. Yeah. Just relaxing. Come on, bud. Hey, Bully. You're starting to grow up, aren't you? Good for you. Yeah. I think you'll be a good bull. See his ears? He's got cropped ears. Yeah, I was going to sell them, but that's a hiding trait. Well, he's half hiding, so. Oh, one of them's going down. I hear geese. They're flying around in pairs now, looking for a place to nest, I guess. All right, time to go back in the house. Still sprinkling a little bit, not much though. Well, looky there, I caught something in the trap. I think it's a possum. It's the only thing I can think of. It's not a raccoon, and it's not a groundhog, and it's not a skunk, so it must be a possum. But it looks like it's asleep. I don't think I checked it yesterday. It might be in there for. I don't know how. I don't know where. I don't know how it's getting in. I don't know how it's getting into those holes, but at least it's coming out the trap. Not getting trapped. That's good. I'll take care of it later today. I'm checking the inside of the barn for holes, but I don't see any, so there must be some way of them getting in there without me knowing it. At least they're coming out here and getting caught. That's the main thing. They're getting caught. Yeah, yeah. Just sprinkle a little bit. One animal went down to eat. Yeah, they still got plenty of hay there. They got some stretched out along there too. Yeah, let them clean that up. What we got here? That's it. Enjoy your leisure time. Look at the bully. Look how he's scratching his neck with his foot. Okay, I gotta go in. Gotta charge my phone. Yeah, it's another project I'm gonna do. Should be easy. Already got a fence going across. I just put a fence down that way, along the water's edge. That way, even if they walk in this way, because it's real shallow, even if they walk in this way, they can't go back up onto the pond dam. That's the main reason. I need a fence there. I don't want that pond dam eroded. It's already eroded from there walking down. Yeah, you can see where the original dam was up here. It's higher up along the fence line. But they got paths on there. Hey, there's a cat. There's a neighbor's cat over there. Anyway, I'll do that one of these days. Should be pretty easy. I got the T-post for it already. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, even if it's raining a little bit today, give me a chance to rest. Yeah, I don't have to do everything all at once. Oh, the green cedar trees in the background really highlights the purple red buds. Yeah, makes them stand out more from the contrast. Yeah. Yeah, this is I paid my bill of the excavator. He came to, well, the owner of the excavating company. He came to give me the bill today, and I went ahead and paid it, $660. I thought it was $680, $660. $600 for the excavator work, and $60 for that short culvert that he sold me, that they pulled in down there in the bottom. Anyway, when he came to bring me the bill, he also gave me a hat and a shirt. How about that? And this is the back of the shirt. The other side was the front, and this is the cap. Cap too. Only one cap and one shirt. It's about, I don't know, 11 a.m. Still sprinkling a little bit. Really, you can't tell, but I can feel it. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a kettle down in there before. I think I did, but I just don't remember too much. What is that? There's something down over there. Yeah, something moving. Something moving over there. Right in front of that white, bull. What is that? It's pretty big too. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna take the four-wheeler ATV down there, but that's not a calf. Oh, that's a cow. That's right. There's a big hole there. There's a big hole there from the old creek. Yeah, and there's one of the cows is down in that hole, and I can see her head. I can see her head. I thought that was something laying on the ground. Yeah. Bully's doing his thing on his rubbing on that cedar tree. They like that. They like to rub it on those cedars. That's why I opened that up there. I wanted them to go in there whenever they felt like it. Give them something to scratch on. Anyway, I want to take the ATV first trip. The excavator went across it, but I want to take the ATV across it, and then I'm going to check out that new drain ditch that they made there. I never got a good look at it in good light, close up anyway, because it was dark when they finished it the other day. So let's get the ATV going and go across my new culvert there too. Let's start this thing up and head down to the bottom. There, I'm going to put some rock there. It's kind of muddy up there. I'm sitting on my ATV, waiting to go through. I'm going to open the gate. I'm going to take a chance and leave it open because they'll probably follow me wherever I go. Well, I can see the dead calf down there too. Yeah, born. When was that born? End of January, I think. Yeah, and there's still a skin. I can still see fur. Anyway, cattle are down in there. I can see the one down in the hole. Anyway, still sprinkling. I can see it on the pond too. They're sprinkling on the pond. Now these rocks I put are for the tractor tire. So I should be able to drive right through it in the middle with the ATV. Look at those blossoms on the bottom there. If I let the cattle in here to eat this grass, they'll eat them off right away. These two, anything they can reach, they're gonna eat all these little blossoms off. On the bottom, but that's okay. They can't reach the ones up there. Yeah, pear tree's blooming really nice now. Yeah, looking good. Let me try a different angle. Yeah, if I get it with the shed in the background, I can see the blossoms better. The red behind it. Yeah, I'm glad I trimmed them off. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing to that apple tree this coming winter. Yeah, okay. I opened the gate. I'm gonna leave it open. I got it hooked up there on that white pole. Let's head on through. Check out the small pasture. I tested the electric fence on this side because now this side's unhooked. It's off. But this side is working real good, which means the whole fence is working. Good. Okay, let's head on down. Yeah, there's that dead calf over there. I'll take a look at it. It's only a skin. Yeah, I like to rub on those cedar trees. Yeah, or other trees. Yeah, I'm glad I opened that up for them. I just did that. Was it last year? Yeah, last year I did that. Yeah, while the cattle were out in the big pasture with the bull. Yeah, I rerouted the fence from around this side of those trees to the back behind the trees. Worked out pretty good. Yeah, you can see the rain on the water. Yeah, the rain sprinkling. Okay, let's check out the dead calf. There's the overflow pipe. They tracked it all up. They tore it up by walking on it. So look at that. There's water coming through it. This ain't coming from the overflow though. This is coming from the other areas. So this is right here. There's the pond up there. And this water's coming from there. From all that, whenever that overflowed over there, all that water would come down through here. Go through here, and it went over that way too, going down that ditch. Yeah, so yeah, there's the cattle. That's what's left of the dead calf. It's mostly just fur. It's just the skin with the hair. Yeah. Yeah. I could see it from up there. And you can see the ridge of dirt from that ditch. Seems like there was more dirt there. I think he dug deeper over there just to make sure the water goes out. And here's the cattle. Oh, there's Whitey. He's on this side. He's back there. Yeah, the fence used to go along here, along this side of these trees, to that corner. But I redirected it to the back of those trees to reconnect with that fence there. I'm getting a little wet, but it's okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna head over there. I'm gonna head over there first, and then drive down along the ditch that was newly dug. Yeah. The water comes from that rainwater drainage. Comes from the other field, goes underneath the road, comes along the fence there, and then it also comes from the neighbor's field, the other side of the road, through this branch on this neighbor. And I think there's a spring in the neighbor's field way over there, across the road. And that water, because there's always water flowing here, even if it's just a small amount. Yeah. And right now the water's flowing. So it's working. The ditch is working as intended. Yeah, I can see the water flowing through. There's water flowing through that pipe, so it's working good. Yeah, I clean that up pretty nice. That's for basically I only use it for my ATV. I can drive along the bottom, and I can also drive across the top, and then come back. Yeah, I've been wanting to get this done for a long time. Years, I think. Ever since that started to flood out. You can see where the little patch right there, between them two trees, used to flood, overflow. Look at the cattle, they're out grazing. As long as they don't go up to my open gate over there. I'm taking a chance. I think they might come see what I'm doing. Okay, let's go on down a little farther. Yeah, I got plenty of grass. Yeah, let's go a little farther. Looks like there's a little high spot. There's a little puddle forming here, and there's a rapid going through there. So that's from here to there. There's a rapid, but the flow is all the way down. I'll just have to keep an eye on it over time to make sure it don't get clogged up, and clean it out when it does. I can see where the cattle have been running around here. They probably come here to drink too. Anywhere in here, but mostly in here since this is the shallowest area, I think. Easiest to cross too. Yeah, water's flowing. Looks like there's another high spot right here, because the water's flowing good there. But it keeps on going. Ugh, watch my step. This ground's still muddy on top. Yeah, flowing on down and out of this wet area. I can turn around here without falling. Starting on the cloud of dirt here. That's the oldest pond. That's the first pond I ever built here. I had dug out. Probably the same time I had this dug the first time. There's the cattle over there. Yeah, that's where the water used to overflow. Over there where that dark spot is. And it goes out here and spreads out this whole area. It's all got wet. Then it flows out that way, and that way. But now, all the water will be flowing out this way. I'm at the corner, and you can see where the thing goes. That's where it's coming from, going down. Yeah. There's also a stream coming off of this field again, another one off that field. Come down here along the fence line. Looks like he dug some of that out there, but anyway, it flows down here, and it'll eventually reach here And then this is what I had to take the fence down from there to here. I moved one post, which is laying there, but I may not have to put it back. Yeah, if I do, I'd have to put it right in the middle, so I think I'll just leave it alone for now. But now it will flow out to the bigger ditch out that way. So that's good. But about that tree, the area got a lot steeper. Probably in the past, the water and soil used to flow down here, and they piled up here. Yeah, there's a little hump there, but eventually it got diverted. It got diverted along the fence line here. And then the ground is a lot steeper on this side, on that side. So I doubt if the cows could climb up that. It's too easy. But it's shallow over that way. Past that tree is shallow, so that's where they'll do most of their crossings, from that down to the other end. And it's deep here too. Yeah, I don't think anybody will get out here. Yeah, I had a post right there, but I guess I'll have to leave it out for now. It's working. Raining a little harder now. Yeah. Seems like he dug deeper here, just to get to the water, to flow over this high area right there. Yeah. A lot of the sediment piled up here over the years. Okay, I want to go down the culvert, drive across on the other side with my ATV. Fence is working, so I don't have to check the fence, but I just want to drive to the other side, across my culvert. Yeah, it's raining a little bit heavier now. Let me come over here and check something. There you go. Got the whole picture now. There's cattle grazing. Bullies down in that hole somewhere. Yeah, they got grass, and that's why I didn't give any hay this time, because they still got plenty of hay there to clean up. I wanted them to clean it up more. I'll give them another bale there when most of that's gone or rotten. I'm getting wet. That's where the water ends up, down there, and flows into there. But it comes from up there, up from the road, comes around, and goes there. My crossing's over there now. My new crossing. And here's the other side of the culvert. Yeah, got plenty of dirt on it. Yeah, I can see the water flowing. Anyway, I'm going to go up that culvert. Can't stay out here too much longer, I'm getting wet. Oh, there's my crossing with the culvert. There used to be a big hump here. It's left over for when they bulldozed this whole bottom area. That's the remnants. This was done back in the mid 80s, I guess, right after we bought it in 80. We built our house in 83. I'm not sure when we bought this 5 acres, but built the house in 83, so it was after we built the house, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we didn't have cattle here until 1990, so this whole bottom was full of trees. Yeah, full of trees. And hillsides too over there, that hillside. Plenty of trees. I had it all pushed out, bulldozed. And that's the only trees that are left from that bulldozing. And that mountain too. And they used that mountain to cover up the culvert, so it worked out pretty good. Okay, let's go across, and I'm going to drive down there and drive back across the top, just because I can. Yeah, I'm on this side now. Cattle are grazing. Came across over there. The cows got it all marked up on that, or the ground on that crossing is so muddy. Yeah, but I got through it. This is a view from this side. I can still check my fence on this side, so that's good. That's why I had to put that culvert in so I can get across. Yeah, I can still drive on this side, on the bottom, and then I'm gonna take the ATV and drive up the hill. Yeah, the first time I was able to drive up this hill was the last time I checked the fence. I took a chance and normally I just go around and walk up. But the last time I checked the fence, when it wasn't working, I drove up there and I was able to. So that's going to be my new habit, driving up along the fence when you check it. Right now it's working okay, so now I'm just going to drive it for fun. Okay, now I'm going to go up and over the hill along the fence line. Oh, a little steeper than I imagined it, or thought that I remembered it from the last time. But I got it up here. I got it up here. Yeah, I gotta remember to stay on this side. I can't go up here. There's a log there for one, and it's too steep. But if I go down along here, I can just barely make it. Yeah, same thing over there. Don't go up there, but go down here. Works okay. I can make it. Yeah, this go down this side. And there's the new culvert down there. It'll harden up over time. Cattle walking on it. That's where I came from. Well, I came from up there. I'm going to be going out the way I came in, through that culvert, over that culvert there. I just put in a few days ago. And the stream that was dug out, yeah, this is part of it, but this is already deep enough it didn't need to be dug out. It goes out to the road, out to the road. These old stumps and logs are the only thing left from all the trees that were pushed out. Well, maybe not all of them. A lot of them were pushed up here, I know that. Yeah. This whole bottom was cleaned. It was all trees. All the way up on this hill too. Everything was all trees. All the way out to the road. Yeah. It's all pushed out. Now the top was idle for a few years when it's all full of weeds, and all these cedar trees were just babies. Maybe a foot high when I bought this property, because it was idle for a few years. Just the top part on the top of the ridge there. Yeah. But all I had to do was mow it. But when I was mowing it, before I had a house, I salvaged all these baby cedars and I planted them in a row. It worked out pretty good. Yeah, nice windbreak. Yeah, it took a lot to clean this up, but we did it. Okay, now I'm going to go out that culvert. Go back to the house where the cattle find their way back to that open gate over there. That's where came in, that's where I'm going to go out. Alright, I found a souvenir. I did the same thing when that pond was dug. This was years later, after we had kettle here. Probably in the, I don't know, mid to late 90s, I'd say. I found they dug out two big sandstones. They're up in front of the house. Yeah, right in front of the house with my other stone from the farm. Yeah, that's my souvenir. And I found another one. There's a flat stone there. Looks like sandstone. I'm going to grab it and take it up for my collection, my stone collection. That way I remember where it was found. It's not really very impressive as the stone goes, but it's something to remember the ditch digging. It almost doesn't look natural. It's got a straight edge here and a straight edge there. I think the other side's got a straight edge too. No, it's not, well, not really straight. Well, the other side does. I wonder if that was used for something. Anyway, just the way it came out of the ground. So I remember where it came from. Okay, still sprinkling a little bit, but lessen up this a little bit. I'm ready to go across. Let's go back to the house. Well, it was a little bumpy, but I got it across. Let's go up to the house to drop off that stone in my other pot of rocks. Yeah, they're content to eat grass. Yeah. Okay. I'm done down here. Let's go back up through my new gate up there too. Lots of improvements this year. Yeah, still got some hay to clean up. And I think they got it cleaned up good enough. They still got some hay over there too. Yeah. The frogs are loud. Yeah, it still looks like I still need some dirt down in here. But over the years, whenever that gets real muddy, real pocked hole, footprint holes, I'll take the blade again and blade it back down like I did this year. Yeah, I got enough dirt to cross, but I'd like to get some more. And it's good to have that shaved down to where it's smoother for the cattle to walk. Yeah, it's always good. Make it easier for them. Oh, I forgot, I got an animal in my trap I gotta go take care of up there. Almost forgot about that thing. Look, oh, look at that. I think the sun's trying to come out. Stopped raining. The sun's trying to pop out. I can feel it. It's warming up. Okay, let's go across. Let's go across my culvert. Close the gate. Yeah, I'd like to drag some more dirt down right through here. Push it down the hill and drop it off right there. Especially in this low spot here. Yeah. This side's not too bad, but mostly in here. But I can do that in time. No hurry. I'm not going to use this crossing that much. But the only thing I need it for is mainly to put a bale here. And other things too. Alright, let's go drop the rock off up the top. Okay, I'm done in the bottom pasture here. Ah, tired. Just riding our ATV is tiring, but fun too. Here's my pot of stones, not counting these. I think I used them to hold up the bush hog last year, last time I sharpened the blades. Or maybe I was working on the something. Okay, I've got enough rocks on that stone. That stone there, and that stone there, those are both digging out of that pond down in the bottom. I think that one too. That one there, that's an old stone. That's a stone from the farm. We used to play on it when it was out in the woods. It's not too far from where my brother built his house. Yeah, down the hill. by the pond that he dug out. But I moved over here when I built this place. That's my I had memories don't blend that. That's the only big stone on the farm, and I took it. Anyway, it's pretty heavy. This stone here, I'm not sure where it came from, but it looks like over time it split. But those are sandstone. That I don't know. That's so hard. I tried busting it with a sledgehammer when I was younger. It just wouldn't break. But anyway, I'm gonna put my new stone right there. I guess I could call this my pile of memories. Yeah, although I forget where that one came from. I know those two big ones came out of the pond down the bottom of the hill. Yeah, there's the other stone there I'm not sure of. The big one back there. I think that came out of the pond too. I forget. Although it could have came out of this pond out over here. Maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway, they all came from somewhere. That's the only one I know for sure came from the farm. And those two big stones they came from the pond down below. All these little ones came from different places. Yeah. Most of them are probably from the big pasture. Yeah, right back where I started from. My parking spot for the ATV. Okay, everything's done. I don't feel like going out to the big pasture today. Yeah. Besides, it looks like it might rain some more. I'm not going to take the truck out there. I'd have to take the ATV out, and I don't feel like getting wet again. I'm still wet. Yeah. Although the sun looks like it might try to pop out every now and then, but it never does. All right. I'll catch you later. Well, it's right at 12 noon right now. And I came out to take care of the creature I caught in the trap. I'm pretty sure it's a possum. But I'll take care of it and reset the trap. The trap's empty and reset. Ready for the next one. Yeah, it was a possum. Yeah, it was a possum. How it got in the ground, I don't know. I don't know. I have to look in the barn and see if there's any new holes. Well, it's just past noon, and even though it's been raining and overcast with a cool breeze, it's still warmed up to about 65 from about 60 this morning. So it did warm up a little bit. Looks like the cattle came back up to the top again. They like to hang out up here. Yeah. They probably saw me up there on the other side of the barn with the trap, so they probably got curious. That's it. Go to your scratching baler. Yeah. Yeah, it's misting. It's still raining. I can find mist now. Hey, buddy. Get in on that fight they got going on there. Button heads. That's supposed to be your job. Little bully. This radar is from about 1:45 p.m. showing more rain, and I can hear it raining. It just sounds like it just started to rain again. I'm in this. Where am I? I don't even know where I'm at. Somewhere in this area there. Yeah, raindrops are a little bit heavier and bigger this time. And my gutter's not holding water very good. It's leaking a lot. Not sure why. But I think it's coming out the downspout. Coming out the other one too. Well, there's no downspout there, but it's that bucket or that tub. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it's always been like that or not, but yeah. But it seems like it's leaking more now for some reason. Yeah. Probably could use a new gutter up there. Anyway, I think that's all I'm going to do today. Bully's over there, hanging out over there. Who else is over there? There's a cow there by the gate too. Yeah, I think I'm done for today. Yeah. There's nothing I can't do that in the rain. Okay. Supposed to rain even more tomorrow, maybe. We'll see. I'll just stay inside and stay dry. Alright. I'm a little concerned about this though. I thought that gutter was better than that. I know it used to leak right there because the gutter's bent over there from all the, when the gutter's clogged up there, it overflows there. And that plastic got bent and stayed that way. So maybe when I was playing with this roof, I somehow twisted the gutter. And now it's leaking more for some reason. So anyway, at least it's going somewhere. Alright, that's all for today. I'm going to end it here. It's only about 2 p.m. I just checked the radar. There's only a little bit of rain in the area. So, but more going to come, I think, tomorrow. Alright, that's all for today. Bye. The end. But it's still raining a little bit. It's around 3 p.m. Still raining a little bit, and I think I got about 3/10, somewhere between 2 and 3/10 of rain today. So that's something.